Hello traders, today is Thursday, September 5th, 2024. I'm gonna go over 12 names today and let's get into it. So this is not financial advice, just make sure to do your due diligence and research before you invest or risk your capital on any type of equity or investment itself. This content is for educational purposes or entertainment purposes, whichever fits you better. And please make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. It would be greatly appreciated. Anyways, let's get into the content that I want to cover. So let's start with AFRM. And I've been talking about AFRM for a while. I had a short position on AFRM, which I did buy on this green candle right here that was on last Friday, and yesterday I ended up selling my entire position. The reason why I sold that is because I saw this kind of behavior on this candle, and today was a little choppy, I guess, for AFRM. I think if we break this the support area at 39.30, I think you are gonna go down towards the 200 SMA, which is gonna coincide with the 35.60 level. So there's still more room. I just want to see this level break, and then the MACD and the TSI are gonna look better for the way I like to trade. What I did here, I was trying to anticipate the move, but I don't know if there is going to be more momentum or not. And for that reason, I just decided to take my money or the profits that I made and just wait until we actually break this support level, which would be a confirmation for me to actually get back into this name. We have some data coming tomorrow, so unemployment and no farms, payrolls and that sort of stuff are going to come around 8:30 Eastern time or 5:30 Pacific time, and obviously that's going to be before the open. So we're gonna get some pre-market news, and then we're also gonna see how the market is going to react. We're also gonna have a I think a Fed member talking tomorrow. I'm not sure about that, don't quote me on that one, but I think we have that going on tomorrow as well. So it's gonna be interesting. We might see a little bit of a spike right here, or maybe we are just going to see if the data is bad and the market doesn't digest this the way we would want to, then we're going to see a continuation to the downside. So for AFRM, you have to break this resistance level right here. And then I believe that we can start thinking about maybe reposition, and we'll see what comes next. So next, let's go to Amazon. And Amazon, I think I mentioned Amazon yesterday, but yeah, I actually did. So we are coming out of the 35 SMA. This is looking good. I mean, we bounced from the 200 SMA. Now we're over support over here, or resistance, which turned into support, which was at 175, 174.8, 175. This actually looks pretty decent. I think there were, I don't know if the news were today, but there is some rumors at least that Amazon is very close to seal a deal with for Prime, so they can show some sport leagues. So I think it's MLS and MLB and NFL. Do some research on that, but I read something very briefly on my way to the gym, and if that happens, you're definitely going to see a move to the upside. Maybe some other companies like football or whatnot are going to get heavily affected by that, but that would be a great deal for Amazon. And if something like that happens between the next trading days, well, tomorrow is Friday, we might see a move towards 180, which seems to be a little bit of a stubborn resistance area, but we'll see what happens. Today, Amazon was up 2.6%. It was a pretty decent day for this name. I like trading Amazon. For now, I think I want to see a little bit more of momentum. And also another thing that is keeping me from going long in a lot of these names is the level of uncertainty that we're seeing in the market. And for now, I just want to take it easy, even though I did get into some positions today. I will mention that later on. But I'm just getting in and out pretty quickly. So I'm swinging for next day trade. So what I'm getting into, I'm probably going to get rid of either tomorrow, or if the chart looks pretty decent, early next week. So these are pretty short-term swings. Anyways, that's what I have for Amazon. Keep an eye on this support level at 175, and your next resistance level is 181. I don't think we have to worry much about the 35 SMA. Let's move on to we had AVGO earnings this afternoon, and I think it's down almost 6% or something like that, almost 7%. Yeah, almost 7%. I did do a recap of earnings in X. So if you want to check my X account, the link is on the description, and there is a summary of the transcript of the earnings call. So if you're curious about it, go for it. Anyways, I had this just in case this was going to go up, but I don't think this is going anywhere. So we are at 142 right now, which is in this area right here. I think that this might have definitely some sort of waves for the entire industry. I know that AMD and I think NVIDIA were also down after hours, but we'll see what we get tomorrow. Again, we have news coming or data coming tomorrow, and that could bring some changes, but that could also bring more, I guess, panic into the market. And well, if you're going long in some of these names, you're gonna get hit pretty hard. So we're under this resistance level after hours, and then I think since we are at 42 right now, give or take, that would be my resistance level right now. And then your next support level is right where you were at August 5th, which is this candle right here. That was 129. This might get a little bit tricky. Or your next support level can possibly be also the 200 SMA. This is not looking too good for AVGO, but we'll see what we get tomorrow. So that's what I have for AVGO. And now let's talk about Best Buy. And I did buy by the end of the trading day. Let's go here. I did buy some puts. So this is what I did. I actually was gonna day trade, and I was just browsing through this list right here, and I was actually looking at the 1 day how you call it, 1 day chart. And I do like this, just kind of like what we see on AFRM and a lot of other names, that these are very extended after earnings, and then you have these gaps. So I looked at this, I went to the 1 minute, and this was towards the end of the trading day. I was right before I was gonna go work out, and I saw this, and you know, thank God I didn't trade based on the or I didn't get my position based upon the 1 day chart or the daily chart. When I saw this, I was like, well, this is going to reverse because of what I'm seeing down here, right? It's oversold. And then you have the TSI is taking momentum. There's a good divergence here. The same is going on in the MACD. So I was like, well, let's wait. I wish I would have buy some calls, you know, but I didn't. I said, let's just wait. And then what I did was I bought some puts on this area right here when I saw a little bit of weakness. So it was either on this candle or this candle. Anyways, they kind of worked out. I'm going to keep them until, well, the expiration is October 18th. And, you know, I don't care really much about after hours unless it's earnings or there's something like really heavy. Let's take a look at this news. And team with Seal Air to improve shipping efficiency. Yeah, I don't think this is going to be much of a concern. But anyways, it went already down, up on those news, I guess, and then it went back up or back down. So anyways, I think that based upon the 1-day chart, this is probably going to continue going down. Again, my expiration is October 18th. We might see a little bit of a move up, I guess, on news or whatnot. But again, a catalyst could that we have tomorrow, especially the data that we have tomorrow, could actually change the direction of some of these positions and some of these trends. And in that case, you know, I would probably get stopped out or whatnot. But at least if we put all of that aside, I think there is a good chance and this is going to continue going down towards this area right here. There's low liquidity, volume is decreasing, and there is an increase in a little bit of a sellers coming in here. So we'll see what happens here. I do have a position. It's not too big. I'm really trading with small positions now because the market is a little bit how can I say it, unpredictable right now. Anyways, that's what I have for Best Buy. Again, I bought some puts today towards the end of the trading day. Let's do Bitcoin, and it's not looking too good. So it broke this resistance level or support level, my bad, at 57. And I think if this continues, we're gonna hit 52. You can hate me all you want, but I think that's what is probably going to happen. 52 might be in the horizon. We'll see. Maybe we can consider 54 a support level as well. Not too sure about that, but 52, yeah, we can, or at least let's say 54, best case scenario. But it looks pretty weak. If nothing actually changes from between today and tomorrow, I think that over the weekend we're probably going to continue going down. Hopefully I'm wrong. I do have Bitcoin, and I want that to do well, but the chart is also telling me a different story. MACD and TSI look very weak, and the RSI is kind of neutral, to be honest, and even though it's not right in the middle, but it's not looking the best. That's what I have for Bitcoin. Now I have another position. This one is kind of crazy. Let's do Clover Health, and a couple of days ago I bought this. This was, I think, last week when I bought it. I went short. My thesis was that this was going to break resistance or support, I'm sorry, and then continue going down towards the 35 SMA. I think that this is still there, but when we hit here on Tuesday or Wednesday, was it Wednesday? Yesterday, it went up almost 15%. So my fear was that I was gonna get, and this happened after hours. So I was here on Tuesday, I didn't sell. Then after hours, it went up like 20%. You know, for the day it was 19%. So in the morning, I thought, you know, this is just gonna fly by my stop loss, and I'm just gonna get wrecked. But I didn't. This is what happened. I actually had time to cancel my stop loss, and I kept my position, and I just ride this thing, which is a little bit irresponsible considering the way I like to trade, but I'm also seeing something here on the chart. Anyways, today it went down 7%, and my position, which expires in November 15th, I have puts on Clover, still up 10%. So it's not too bad. I'll take it. I was actually thinking about selling today, but I think I'm gonna ride this one more day or maybe until next week. We'll see. The risky part about this name is how sensitive it is to any kind of news. So anything positive comes, and this is just gonna fly. It's gonna take, you know, another 25% day or something like that. It's pretty crazy. It reminds me when we used to trade this, and I did trade this a lot. Back in 2020 and 2021, it was pretty wild. And what I think that could happen is that if there is no news, this is just going to lose momentum and people are not going to have a lot of interest. This name doesn't have doesn't have a short interest anymore, a high short interest. So, you know, I think that if there is lack of interest, we're probably going to go down towards 1 or 2 195 or 2. I would probably sell somewhere very close to the 35 SMA. I think long term they might actually be able to do to do something, or the price is probably going to continue going up. But for now, I think this roller coaster is going to continue. It's nothing new if you were used to how this name used to trade, and it's been crazy like this for a long time. Anyways, that's what I have for Clover. I honestly think that if there is no news or anything like that, this is just going to continue going down towards that 35 SMA. And if it breaks a level, it's going to go down to 195. Another position that I got, and I think I mentioned this yesterday or the day before, is CSCO. And what I did was I had some puts that I bought on Tuesday. Yes, so I got them right here because of how, and again, I like to trade these kind of setups, how the TSI, the MACD, and how everything looked. It looked weak on this area. It broke this resistance level. It went down and it couldn't break it again. So I jumped in. And what I did was I sold today my entire position. But then I was thinking, well, you know what? This is probably going to continue. So let's jump back in. So that's what I did. So I did sell, and then I got back into CSCO towards the end of the day. My position is up already 8%. So I'm probably going to sell. If I see any weakness on this support level, I might probably get out. But if it breaks, then my next, where I'm going to keep my eye is at 200 SMA. You have this huge gap right here. And to be honest, CSCO as a company is not a company that is innovating a lot. It's not a company that is doing anything out of the extraordinary, other than some of the hardware that is coming from CSCO is not nothing that the competition is not doing. So from the side of, let's say, CSCO itself, there is nothing new on their business units. They own Duo. There is nothing new with Duo, so that is it's kind of like LastPass, or iPassword or that sort of stuff. So it's a security app. And then they also have Meraki, which is their biggest business unit. And Meraki really is not innovating very much. Their switches are really good. And, you know, if they are doing sensors, as far as like sensors that you can put in office, like smart sensors and cameras and all of that, it's nothing that other companies are not doing. So maybe we can argue that access points, that Meraki or CSCO's access points are pretty high quality, which they are, but Aurora is doing something very similar as well, and they're a pretty competitive company as well. So CSCO is not something that is, I guess, innovating too much in my opinion. And I think they also have OpenDNS or something like that. But again, they're not. They did some great acquisitions. Meraki was probably the greatest acquisition they ever made, and that's what saved their ass for a while. But again, I don't think Meraki as a business unit is doing anything extraordinary at this point. But anyways, that's all I have for CSCO. Keep an eye. Again, I jumped in again. Keep an eye on, or I will keep an eye on the 35 or 38. I'm sorry, 48.8 support, and then my next support level would be the 200 SMA. There's a huge gap right here, and there's kind of like low liquidity here. I think this is going to continue going down. My expiration date for those puts are October 18. Let's move on to this, to the financial sector. If I can find what I want to find. Here you are. So let's do JP Morgan. And now I'm seeing a lot of, or kind of like weakness in this sector. It's pretty obvious right here. I love this setup. I am a little bit upset with myself because on Sunday, or Monday, I believe, Monday, I made a video on Monday, and I had a list of names that I wanted to go short. So I did get Starbucks, and I sold my entire position today. I got T-Mobile to the downside. I had UPST to the downside, and XLF to the downside, and Dashboard to the downside. That was my focus list, and guess what? I regret not getting into XLF and UPST, but I guess it's because part of me likes to trade in a very paranoid way. It does work for me. It's been working for me long term for sure. But sometimes I really want to kick myself, especially for names like UPST and XLF. You know, for a 2 or 3 day swing would have been fantastic. Anyways, this sector is losing momentum. I think you have a, let's put a rate right here, a pretty strong support level right here. If we break, this is just going to continue going down. Citi is also going down. Bank of America is going down. I haven't checked on Wells Fargo, but it's probably similar to what we're seeing. And again, tomorrow's data is going to dictate what happens. This could actually rebound here and continue going up. However, I don't like seeing these indicators as extended. So again, we're, I guess, very dependent on data for tomorrow. But JP Morgan, if we break this level right here, that is at 217.5, I would say, yeah, we're going to continue going down towards that 35 SMA. That's what I have for JP Morgan. Let's go take a look at where are you? PayPal. So with PayPal, this chart looks interesting to me. I don't have any levels on this area right here. We can argue that maybe 70 is a nice support area. What I want to look at this is these indicators. If we continue going down, I do believe that we're probably going to hit 67.5. Again, if we get bad data or some bad news come around, we're probably going to get a little bit of a surprise. Let's see, there's some news is boosting its US point of sale presence by integrating with debit card and Apple Pay. Yeah, I mean, in general, I think that long term, this is a bargain. I think that PayPal is pretty cheap at this point. I do believe that, let's go to the weekly chart, and yeah, I mean, Jesus, if you actually want to have do some research on this name and the kind of deals they are doing, and you know, they got a new CEO, which is an incredibly competent guy. He was the CEO of Intuit, I believe. Anyways, he has an incredible track record. I do believe that he's gonna do something very special with PayPal, but at short term, I think there might be a pullback coming. Just because what I'm seeing, I still want to see a little bit more of momentum going down. But long term, I think that PayPal is one of these companies that you are actually getting a bargain. If you start building a position, there's quite a few companies that that I would pick. I would say Palantir is one of them. PayPal would be another one I would keep. You know, I'm not gonna tell you what to do, but there's some companies that are super cheap right now. PayPal is one of them, but again, for swing trades, short-term swing trades, I do believe that I would love to see a little bit of a pullback, and then I would actually jump on this to the downside. But again, I gotta see a little bit more of momentum here. That's what I have for PayPal, and let's go with Super Microcomputer. And let me take a note on this really quick. So, look at this. I did post on this name. I believe this was on this date. I think this is when the news came out. It was a report about, I forgot what it was, but it was just bad news. Anyways, I did make a post on X saying that my price target was 360. right here. My level is 358, but I was saying 360 is coming. That's all I put on the post, and it actually looks like we might actually hit that level. On the 4-hour chart, you're already at 411. So I'm not touching this name. We might have a very good rebound on this area right here. Let's see how old. Yeah, I mean, but 360 is not that far away. So maybe I'm right about that. And if that is the case, there's definitely an opportunity to take this name and then ride this position for a few weeks. But and there will be opportunity. But there's also news, and I was reading this. It was downgraded to equal weight, and the stock fell 38% in August. And yeah, I mean, this is not looking too good for them. Anyways, I do believe that 360 is coming. I could be wrong, but it looks like there is still a lot of weakness. This is also telling you a story. The RSI is oversold, but I think that 360 is very possible, which is going to bring a lot of opportunities for this name. That's what I have for SMA, SMCI, I'm sorry. And let's now move on to, I was seeing some crazy stuff on X today regarding Tesla. So let's do Tesla. Tesla was up at one point today almost 7%, I believe. Anyways, this is what is interesting. So I have this support level as a resistance level right here, right at 230. And I've been telling you for a while that my range was between 230 and 186. I went as low as 163. Considering how Tesla moves, I've been trading Tesla for almost 4 years already. But anyways, interesting that it went to this resistance level. It couldn't break it. It stayed there. It went over for a minute and then also hit right on this gap. I wouldn't be surprised if we actually continue going up, if there is some good news or anything like that. I think car sales data is also coming up tomorrow, so we'll see what we actually get from there. And if that data plus whatever else we're getting, unemployment and whatnot, is positive, then this is probably going to fly towards. I would keep my eye on 235 first, and then it would definitely fill this gap. And this is based on good news or good data to 245. If that is the case, I would probably be swinging on Tesla for next week. It makes sense. Last time we had this kind of pattern, look what happened. It was pretty violent. It was actually beautiful. I was actually telling you traders that this was going to get pretty good. You can go back to those videos. This was somewhere in the middle of June, and this move was insane. Unfortunately, it happens to me a lot. I was in some other names and I didn't catch this, but whatever. I do believe that if we break this resistance level by tomorrow and there's good momentum on data, I think that 1 or 245 is actually your next price target. Keep that in mind. That's what I have for Tesla. And let's go back to to this ETF, to the financial sector. And I have XLF, and this is what I was talking about. On Sunday or Monday, I had this on my list, and today it went down 1.1%. I think this might continue. If there's weakness, the MACD and the TSI are telling me that we might continue going down. I mean, this move right here was quite nice, very beautiful, almost all green. But now I think would be prudent to say that we can actually go back to 44 at least and maybe rebound on that area. Again, I think we're captive to data that we had, that we have coming up tomorrow. Another thing that I did, I'm gonna close with this. No, I'm dyslexic, so sometimes I write things the way I shouldn't be writing them. I did get a short position, super risky, on Visa. This name was up, and this is why I'm telling you it's insanely risky. This was up 120% yesterday on a volume of almost 200 million shares. This is a small cap company with very little float. And then I got on this yesterday. This position is up almost 15%, and today is down. When it was down by 16%. I do believe this is going to continue going down. This is a penny stock. I normally don't talk about these positions because of that level of risk that this involve. I've been burned with this kind of trading because of how risky it is. Very, very, very bad. So things have gone pretty bad for me sometimes when I take this. But I've been doing this again. I do believe that this is going to continue going down. I'm planning to sell tomorrow, by the way. And the reason is because the volume that this is trading, well, the volume went from 150 or almost 200 million to 11 million today. So that is also telling you a lot. You can see this volume bar right here versus what we have here. Let's take a look at news. Visa Technologies agreed to acquire. Yeah. And this is the news that yesterday there was a rumor. And then this is what is happening on the news today. So yeah, don't copy or don't try to do what I'm doing here. It has worked out for me. I mentioned this before, very, very nicely for a while, but I also got wrecked very quickly trying to do this. So I just have a plan in mind. I'm just getting very small positions. So this is, by the way, this is a very small position. It's $300. So if I lose it, I lose it. But I'm just trying to build something up here. That's all I can say. Anyways, don't worry about this. Completely disregard what I said. I'm just sharing what I did a couple of days ago. Anyways, or yesterday actually. Anyways, that's all I have. See you guys tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.